Hello everyone, Tech Guy is back with another video, and in this video we will discuss operators in Java. So what are operators, what is their role, what they do in a program, these all things we will see side by side. So let's begin this video. If I ask you a question, what is 2 plus 2, definitely you will give me the answer 4. How you calculated this answer? So definitely you know that if you are using the plus, you have to do the addition. So such calculations are also performed in a Java program, and these calculations are performed with the help of a symbol called operators. So let's see what is an operator. So operator, firstly, an operator is a symbol in Java which is used to perform some calculations like arithmetic or logical. For example, plus, minus, multiply and division, etc. Now see, if 2 plus 2 is 4, then plus sign is an operator. So it is working on two values, which is 2 and 2, they are called operands. So last we have the 4 is the result of plus operator, which we obtained after adding these two. Next we have a variable sum and sum assignment 2 plus 2. Here sum is the variable. This is an assignment operator which will assign the value to the sum variable after adding 2 plus 2. So sum variable will be initialized with 4. So see another example. Here we have three variable integer type a, b sum. A is having 3 value, b is having 4 value, and in the last expression sum is a plus b. Firstly a and b will be added, then their result will be stored in the sum as a 7. Next we have categories of operator. So we have first unary operator. So unary operator is an operator that takes only one operand. For example, minus 2, plus x, and not x. So these are the example of unary operator. Second we have the binary operator. So binary operator takes two operands. For example, a plus b, x over y, and x modulus y. So here two operands are there. Third we have the ternary operator that takes three operands. First one is condition here before the question mark. After the question mark is true part, and after colon we have false part. So it is called a ternary operator or conditional operator. If the condition is true, then the true part will be evaluated, otherwise false part will be evaluated. Next we have different types of operators in Java. So let's see which are the different types. So here I am showing you one chart. In this chart you can see we have assignment operator, arithmetic operator, compound assignment operator, increment, decrement, relational, logical, bitwise and conditional. But in this video I am going to discuss these first two categories only. Now let's see what is an assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assign a value or the result of an expression to the variable. For example, integer x assign 6, and integer y assign x division 2. So here x value is 6, y value will be 6 over 2, that is 3. So the syntax of assignment operator is, on the left hand side there must be a variable, then assignment operator, and on the right hand side there must be a value or an expression whose result will be stored in the variable. Next we have some important points while using assignment operator. First is destination variable should be on the left hand side and the value or expression should be on the right hand side. So see the example, two examples are correct and two are written wrong, so that you have to see properly what should be on which side. So for example, in the first example, x assign 3, this is correct statement. 3 assign x, this is a wrong statement. A assign 3 minus 2, this is correct statement, but 3 minus 2 assign a, this is a wrong statement. Next we have the second point, that is the destination type and the source type should be compatible. So it means the data type should be compatible with the destination type. For example, we have a character variable a and I am assigning a assigned 5. 5 is integer value but 8's data type is character. So this is a wrong statement. Next example, integer x we have, so this variable is an integer and this can hold only integer values, means without a point. And now I am assigning x assign 5.0 over 2.0. So this division will be computed and the result will not be stored properly in the variable. So here division result will be 2.5, but x is not capable of storing 2.5 because it is integer type. So x will store only 2 and 0.5 will be lost. Next we have the third point, destination variable must be declared before it is used. Yes, firstly you have to declare the variable, only then you can use. Either declare this in the first statement or you can declare in the same statement as given in the example 2. Next we have fourth point, assignment operator can be used with primitive types or reference types. Yes, we can use this operator with both data types. Primitive, there are 8 primitive types, and there are some reference type also like classes, objects, etc. So we can use this with any. For example, float x is 3.4 f. So here I am choosing the assignment operator with float data type. Next example, student S1 is new student. So this is the object of the student class. Student S2 is S1. So S1 is assigned in S2. This is reference type. So with this our assignment operator is over and we have seen how to use the assignment operator in Java. So we can use it to assign values or reference types to the variables or to the objects. Next we have the second category, that is the arithmetic operator. So here we have plus, minus, etc. operator. These are arithmetic. First one is addition and second one is subtraction, and third one we have, that is the multiplication operator, and the next is we have a division operator, and after the division operator we have the last one, which is you might be confused, it is percentage, but it is not percentage, it is a modulus operator, or also known as a remainder. So after the division it will return us the remainder value. So let's write a program using these operators and see their output. So operator program is here. First we have a class test, main method is there. We have taken 3 variable integer type, n1, n2 and ans. n1 is 5, n2 is 2, and third is addition. Ans is n1 plus n2, and we have printed this in the next line, sum of n1 plus n2 equals ans. Next we have subtraction. Ans is n1 minus n2, and this is printed. Next we have the multiplication, n1 into n2, this is printed. And next we have the division, n1 over n2, this will be printed. And the last we have a remainder, n1 modulus n2, and the remainder will be printed. Now see the output. Okay, it is here. Sum of 5 and 2 is 7. Subtraction is also 5 minus 2 is 3. Multiplication is 10. Division is 2. 5 over 2, because it is integer division. So integer division will return as a 2 only, not in points. Then remainder is 1, means after dividing 5 with 2, whatever is left, that is called remainder. And the remainder operator will return you only remainder, the last value of the division. Let's make another program using different data types. So first program we use integer, but in this program we are going to use floating data type, that is the float data type. The whole program is same. The only difference is of a data type, that is float. Now the variables are of float data type. Same value is there, 5.0f, and n2 is also having 2.0f, that is the float value. And the calculations are same: addition, minus, multiply, division, and modulus. So if we change the data type, and then result will be changed according to the data type. The first result we have seen of the integer data type, where the division was coming as 2 only, But now see the output of this program in which we have used the float data type variables. Now it will change the output also. So first of all we have this output. Addition will be same 7, subtraction is 3, and multiplication is 10. Now division is 2.5 and remainder is also 1, because the remainder will be calculated after integer division. Thanks for watching Tech Guy. Please subscribe the channel and press the notification icon to see the next episode on operators.